Picture this. Your paycheck lands, and like clockwork, you move a few $100s into your savings account. Month after month, same routine. It feels good, responsible, disciplined. Then, one day you open your banking app and notice something odd. You've got $10,000 sitting there, earning maybe 0.5% interest, which works out to about $50 a year. Meanwhile, everyone around you seems to be talking about stocks, index funds, and compound growth. And suddenly you're asking yourself, wait, am I doing this wrong? In this video, we're going to walk through exactly how to turn your savings into real wealth, step by step, without putting your financial security at risk. If you've got money sitting in savings but you're not sure how to start investing it, stick around to the end. Let's start with something that might sound a little controversial. Saving money alone will almost never make you wealthy. Saving is important, but it's not the finish line. It's just the first stage. Because saving protects your money while investing grows it, and those are two completely different jobs. Here's the math to prove it. Say you put $10,000 into a typical savings account earning 1% interest. After 1 year, you'd have $10,100, which isn't bad. Now compare that to investing. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned about 10% a year on average over long stretches of time. That same $10,000 at 10% would grow to $11,000 in a single year. The real gap shows up over time though. After 20 years, that savings account at 1% grows to roughly $12,200, while the investment at 10% grows to around $67,000. Same starting amount, completely different outcome, and that's the power of compounding. The biggest wealth gap in this country isn't really between people who save and people who spend. It's between people who save and people who invest, and most people never make that leap. The reason isn't math, it's psychology. Saving feels safe because your balance sits there, unmoving, predictable. Investing feels risky because the value moves, sometimes up, sometimes down. And that emotional roller coaster is enough to scare a lot of people away for good. If you're thinking, I don't want to lose what I've worked so hard to save, that's completely fair. And it's exactly why the move from saving to investing should happen gradually, in stages, not all at once. The first step is building a real emergency fund. Before you invest a single dollar, you should have 3 to 6 months of living expenses set aside in cash. This money isn't for investing, and it isn't for opportunities. It's strictly for the unexpected, things like a layoff, a medical bill, or a car repair. Most people who panic sell their investments do it because they needed the money sooner than they planned, and a solid emergency fund protects your investments from your own life happening. The second step is separating saving and investing mentally into two different buckets. One bucket is safety money. The other is growth money. Safety money doesn't move. Growth money is allowed to fluctuate because its entire job is to grow over the long run. And once you make that mental separation, a lot of the anxiety around investing tends to fade. The third step is starting small. A lot of beginners assume investing requires thousands of dollars up front, but that's simply not true anymore. Plenty of brokerage platforms let you start with $50 or $100. And honestly, the goal at this stage isn't massive returns. It's building the habit, because consistency matters more than timing. The fourth step is keeping things simple. This is where a lot of beginners trip up, jumping straight into day trading, options, or speculative crypto plays. But the simplest investments often outperform the complicated ones, and index funds are a perfect example. Instead of trying to guess which company will win, you're spreading your money across hundreds of companies at once, which gives you built-in diversification, lower risk, and steady long-term growth. It's simple, and it works, which is exactly why an investor as legendary as Warren Buffett has recommended low-cost index funds for most everyday investors. The fifth step is staying consistent, because consistent investing, even though it sounds boring, is genuinely one of the most powerful strategies out there. Say you invest $300 a month, and the market averages an 8% annual return. After 25 years, you'd end up with roughly $285,000. Here's the part that surprises most people. You only put in $90,000 of your own money. The remaining $195,000 came purely from investment growth. which is compounding doing its job. Of course, psychology never fully goes away. Markets drop, headlines get dramatic, and people panic. But this is exactly where discipline separates real investors from gamblers. Think of it this way. Saving money is like storing seeds in a jar. Safe, but nothing ever grows. Investing is like planting those same seeds in soil. At first, it looks messy and nothing seems to be happening. But over time, things grow, and eventually you end up with something far bigger than what you started with. You might be wondering, what happens if I start investing and the market crashes? Fair question, but market downturns are completely normal. They've happened dozens of times throughout history, and long-term investors actually benefit from them, because when prices drop, your monthly contributions buy more shares at a discount, which often leads to stronger returns once the market recovers. That's why seasoned investors stay calm through the volatility. They're thinking in decades, not days. So to bring it all together, first build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Then separate your money into safety money and growth money. Then start investing small amounts consistently. Then keep it simple with something like index funds. And finally, stay disciplined and give compounding the time it needs to work. Saving gives you stability, but investing gives you freedom. And the sooner you combine both, the more powerful your financial future becomes. If this video helped you understand the path from saving to investing, go ahead and hit subscribe. And let me know in the comments, are you still in the saving stage? Or have you already started investing? Because the moment you make that shift, that's when your money finally starts working for you.